Welcome to the Police Advisory Commission meeting Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. Time is 7:05 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Let's do roll call.
Commissioner McCormick?
Present.
Commissioner Wolkoff?
Present.
Commissioner Humes?
Present.
Commissioner Mohammed?
Present.
We have four.
All right. Okay, moving on to, so the agenda approval, Roman numeral 3. So we have the agenda approval, but we also have so approval of the current agenda and also reviewing last week's. Is that correct of what that organization, like what the Roman numeral 3 versus the A is, or right? We're approving. No.
The agenda approval is for the A.
So it's a,
Just for this.
but the A is the minutes.
A is the minute.
So,
Sure, then let's do that.
okay, I'm not arguing. I just want to
No,
make sure.
I
Okay.
didn't think you were.
Okay.
Hey, whatever you guys.
should be
I'm
separate.
working here.
Okay.
Whatever you guys.
All right.
So yes.
I barely know
And
it.
so that would guess to be a good time. You said you wanted to add something. Right?
Okay, so let's add,
G?
no, well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, so I'd like to, I don't know if anyone would like to make a motion to add G under Roman numeral 5 to discuss a citizen complaint that was collected by a member of this commission.
I make a motion that we amend our current agenda to include letter G so that we have an opportunity to discuss a police complaint by one of our citizens.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And does anyone want to move to approve the agenda for today as now written and amended?
I move that we approve the agenda,
Second.
the new amendment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I don't actually have the minutes from last week. Bear with me a moment. You?
Pull 'em up on the site.
I was gonna pull them up on the site.
Can you give us a moment to find them? You're going up to the website?
I was Googling, but it gave me the Youth Pacers Athletic Commission first. So we're just working on it.
We're gonna pretend like we have no.
Never get a job in politics. If someone sees any of these.
Mhm.
Over.
City of Ypsilanti. What?
Got it.
This would be the July 25th, correct?
Yes.
You find it there?
I did. Okay, I have reviewed the minutes. I don't know if everybody else has had the opportunity to do so, but whenever you guys are ready.
Them.
Okay. Okay. Do you, how do you
Agree.
feel about approving them?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from our July 25th meeting as written.
We have to second it and then discuss it?
Yes.
I second it. Now we
All in
just-
favor?
Oh,
You,
Well,
what do you
have-
want to
You
do?
have a discussion, that, you have discussion before the vote.
before, so discussion. We never looked at the June 20th minutes because we didn't have them. June 20th have never been approved.
Is that the minutes where you were at the library?
No. Mm,
No. It's not.
Is it, I'm thinking this could be when John was here.
Yes.
When we didn't have quorum?
I have to find out.
Well, I'm looking at them right now.
Oh, okay.
Thursday, June 20th.
All I have is the agenda.
Agenda approval, 3 minutes. Want me to pass my computer?
I read it.
Oh.
I feel comfortable with it.
I move that we approve the June, now how do we do this? Can we back out and turn around and come back in? The June 20th minutes, June 2024 minutes. Seriously.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do we need to do the July 25th minutes also?
Mhm.
Well, we never voice voted it. so.
I make a move that we approve the July 25th meeting minutes as written.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Public comment.
Hey guys, Corn, Ypsi Township. So there were a couple things in the last like week or two that happened in Ypsi that I was hoping the chief would be here to talk about in his report. And I think I would love you guys to let me know if they're on your radar or weigh in on them in any way. There's been 2 like mental health incidences where Ypsi police was dispatched, and in one incident, the gentleman in question, according to the police, shot himself in the head, turned the gun on himself. And there's really been no accounts of what happened outside of what police are saying. And there's been no talk of body cam footage for that or a way to get that released before the investigation is closed. And then another which Mayor Brown was present for, was a young lady in the middle of a mental health crisis in Depot Town, was also apprehended by Ypsi police and then was detained in a police car in handcuffs while the ambulance sat there because she wasn't able to give them her identification, even though the mayor was there. And then finally, after a while, with only 1 ambulance and 4 squad cars, including 1 EMU car that was dispatched, they finally moved her on a gurney and into the ambulance, and then notified like her husband that they were taking her to St. Joe's and that no charges were being filed. But and in that CMH, the co-response unit was notified and they opted not to respond to that call. And then I also wanted to bring up that EMU recently arrested one of our participants who is unhoused, and they took him out of his tent, held him for, he was in Washtenaw County Jail for almost 30 days, and then the case ended up being dismissed, and he's currently also facing a paraphernalia ticket out of Pittsfield, which even though he is a syringe service program participant in Ypsi, where paraphernalia is decriminalized, he is in treatment, substance use treatment in Pittsfield Township, and leaving treatment, he was picked up by Pittsfield, and they're now prosecuting him for the paraphernalia charge, which means if he goes to jail, he'll be taken out of treatment and put in jail, where he's probably not going to receive his meds. And when he's released, is going to have to deal with no tolerance and trying to figure out how to not withdraw. So I don't know where, you guys stand on being able to communicate, as a committee with the police chief and asked for some support from Pittsfield on this. I know you guys have a working relationship. And also, I think if Ypsi or if Eastern is going to be enforcing within the city of Ypsi, they need to adhere to resolutions, MOAs, and MOUs that the city has. And I know council has agreed not to oust people from their tents when they're houseless. And so again, I think that should be addressed. If EMU can't follow what the directives are inside the city of Ypsi, then maybe an ordinance needs to be worked on to direct them differently.
Thank you.
Good evening, YPAC. Hi,
Hi.
Commissioner Humes. Hi, everyone. Kat Layton, Ypsi resident, Ward 3. Wanted to speak about the joint town hall between HRC and YPAC. I know that we have canceled the August 21st time. And I know that we were able to have a conversation, Chair, about a need for maybe some working subcommittees. I'm not sure if that's something that y'all are going to be discussing today. Awesome. I'm excited about that. And also just like, I know that we're trying to talk about how to make sure that this is like not another example of a session or a meeting where we're talking a lot and making sure that action steps and things come of this, just so we're not constantly just taking people's experiences and not really having any follow through with them. So I really appreciate the work that we've done together on this, and hopefully we can try to like get together and talk about how to make it the most successful. Also want to echo what the public comment was beforehand. I was present for at least one of the two incidences. It happened the night of August 6th, which was election night. And there was, it was quite a scene, a lot of speculation or people, onlookers visible. And it was really disappointing to see the response, but I was also grateful that Mayor Brown was there to be able to hear and see that co-response unit denied being able to assist in that moment when I was like, where are the mental health professionals? And that was a really like stark moment of like, this is what's happening in our community. I also want to like echo that. I believe at a July 18th city council meeting, Chief Moore put together a presentation on a second co-response unit. And that instead of a non-police unarmed crisis response. But I think this is a really big example of like this co-response unit denied even being able to show up, whether it was a capacity issue or a need issue. I'm not aware or sure. I was also hoping to hear from Chief Moore, maybe more about that. But I think that that is another thing to maybe consider as we're talking about police advisory and thinking about mental health, and like where you as commissioners could leverage your power of trying to make sure that mental health is not criminalized and that there's actually people being treated. I've witnessed a few mental health crises as a mental health professional, and I noticed that police presence doesn't usually help those situations. They can usually escalate them pretty rapidly. And also with the recent murders, specifically Sonia Massey, and also in Wayne City, John Zook Jr. So I think it's really important to keep those things into consideration, and knowing that 2023 was the highest rate of police deaths. So wondering what y'all can do about that. If there's a resolution you could pass. I know HRC is interested in passing a resolution to get body cam footage specifically around those two incidences. It would be great to see something similar come from YPAC as it relates to these complaint forms that you're trying to implement. So thank you.
Thank you. So as we move into the discussion items, the chief is having trouble accessing the Zoom meeting. Do you have his email address? Could you email him the Zoom link?
Does someone else know how? I'm not sure.
Oh, you're fine.
Because it's automatically, I just open it. I'm not, so it's not like I set up this account. It's for.
No worries.
Under.
Yeah, he's telling me he's having trouble. You're doing it. Yeah. Liaison to.
Liaison to.
All right, I just sent the link to them. Hopefully that works.
Okay. Would you do me a favor and maybe, I don't know what phone number you have for him, but can you just, while I'm moving us through other bits of the agenda, can you just text with him and see? I got you. I got you.
I know they don't list it.
Okay. Discussion items. I guess number one here is update on Ward 3 Commissioner prospects.
Yeah, so that would be me. So currently there's one individual that I spoke with for about like a half an hour to an hour about his want to be on YPAC and what he wants for the police in Ward 3 and the police in Ypsi in general. Currently I'm just looking for support from another council member. So I'm gonna follow up with him about that tomorrow morning to hopefully have it put on the agenda before tomorrow's deadline for Tuesday's meeting. As far as it was another individual that I was speaking with that I encouraged to put in their application, but I haven't seen the application come through. So I will also call them again tomorrow. Then I think after we fill the Ward 3 positions, there's a Ward 1 position still open.
Right,
And
and
I
I
think-
spoke with a potential candidate. I don't know if they have turned in their application yet.
I haven't seen one.
Okay, and then I do have another candidate that expressed interest on yesterday,
Okay.
and I have an application for them to give to them.
Beautiful, perfect. So I'm going to follow up with those two individuals and then wait for more communications from Commissioner McCormick on the other two, and then I will email you all and let you know what we have.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Can I add to that?
I would love if you would.
Okay. Hi, so I am involved with Ypsi Community Schools and especially specifically the high school. And so I will be meeting with counselors next week and checking on getting some students that are from the Ypsi city, seeing if I can get them to volunteer their time to be here. And I think Lori, I believe you sent the information about the age group.
17 and 18.
I sent what I've been going through all your historical records, trying to get you guys what I could find, and that's what I found.
Okay,
is that age group for that flyer.
okay.
And I'm
Thank
willing
you.
to make a brochure because we have you gave us all of the guidelines. So if you would like a flyer, does it have to be approved before it can go out? Does
I would
city council have to approve it before it goes to Herman to go to the high school, or can we just?
just like a flyer saying, I wouldn't think so.
Well, if I understood it, it needs to, it needs to have the logo, it needs to have city council, what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I would think as long as it's something like was already done would be fine.
as far as I know,
And
right, just informational with,
I can't imagine why not.
yeah, I don't necessarily think that council would have to vote on it and approve it. Yeah, I don't think so.
so if I send it to you for your thumbs up, you and Herman, just, so it goes through somebody else's eyes.
Yeah, and I can I can get more information, or Lori can get more information on what that process looks like. But I don't think that it should be any issue where we would have to approve it in a meeting or anything.
Yeah, definitely. I'll find out. I'll ask and find out what, for the meantime, you can move forward with giving it to him. And then I'll make sure that it's okay. I'm not sure when he was going to share it.
I believe students start
Monday.
26.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm not sure I was gonna see any students. I was just gonna work with the adults and get the information out to them, let them know this is what we're looking at. And this is one of the things that I would like for them to be proactive in and getting the word out. So I could, if you get me if I have a flyer or a brochure or whatever, anytime, because I'm,
Give me a time.
oh my gosh,
She said that it's still saying waiting for host.
Wednesday.
As in a week from yesterday?
Let's make it September. Make it September 3rd, 4th.
We're gonna log out and log back in if you